time of sleep, I think. If you pass off your sleep, you'd be very lucky.
I don't want to die at home, I want to die here.
I think, oh, I should have done more. But then somebody said to me, you just think what you've done.
I still feel it.
I don't feel positive a lot of the time. I feel angry, sad, depressed, and very anxious.
Hospice is a way of caring for people. It's not any one individual, it's not a building.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. This is a nice surprise.
I think it's important to acknowledge that hospice can be delivered wherever a family or a patient and a family are, so that it can be a way of caring for people in the community, in the hospital, or in this unit that we have here. Doctors are trained to fix things very quickly. We're socialised into the belief that we can fix things. A lot of people go into medicine because they want to make people feel better, or they want to make them better. The reality is that we're all going to be facing some sort of illness which we're not going to be cured from. They're often not referred nearly early enough. We find ourselves, a large proportion of our work is crisis management. When things have fallen down in the hospital or they've fallen down at home, and then all of a sudden people are faced with the reality that they've got to get support from the hospice, which gives them a double whammy, if you like. Firstly, you're dying, and secondly, the hospice are here.
Our strongest experience of the hospice, I guess, was when he was admitted to the hospice to have his pain control monitored. And it was at that point that we realised it would really have been helpful to come sooner.
When the pain started to kick in, I would have felt a lot safer if I'd had maybe 5 days in the hospice to just come to terms with things, be educated about the drugs I was on, and just guided through a little bit more. And mostly so that I would know that that safety net was there for me whenever I needed it.
And I was in such pain that I was starting to neglect myself. I was feeling quite tired and almost a sense of don't care less kind of thing.
There was a bed in the room for me, and my meals were all provided, and the counselling services and all the services of the hospice were available to me as well.
If the quality of the service is not right, then I think we might as well pack up and go home.
In the Caput area, the emphasis is on caring for the patient in their home. Now, their home may be a sleep out, it might be a mansion, it may be a rest home, a caravan, whatever. It is their home. And the aim is to really keep them in their own environment, in their own home, working very closely with the family doctor and the other health professionals.
'Cause in my hands and in my arms, I imagine surrounding you with all my love.
A lot of people say to me, how can you deal with death all the time? But I don't. I deal with life.
If people are given the opportunity to prepare for the end of their life, they can actually have good fun.
You know, and I remember commenting when I first arrived, God, the doors closed behind me, God, they opened again, you know, like I sort of walked in and out the doors to make sure that I can get back out.
I used to drive down Adelaide Road and Woodford Street, and I knew where it was, and I'd sort of look up and think, oh, God, we probably would be going there, but I'd never seen it inside until we actually got there. And it was such a relief, because it was like going into a really rather splendid motel.
I think that the atmosphere when I first walked in there, someone said, oh, it's drink time. And I said, oh, well, I won't have cocoa. And she said, no, it's not the cocoa. Do you want vodka or gin? And I said, I'll have a double vodka. And she said, right, there's a hottie in your bed. I'll bring your vodka to you, anything else you need. And one of her girlfriends said, she needs her toenails painted.
But they just looked after him as if he was well, which is a funny thing to say, but that's the effect that it had, really.
I think when people are dying, you get a rare opportunity to see people as they really are, when you see the core of what humanity is like.